Hi folks, welcome back to the Motorcycle Enquiries, and we're going to look at situation ethics today, and we're going to look at whether situation ethics is actually a useful moral approach, whether just using Agape is enough to get you to access what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad. Is it really a religious approach, or is it quasi-religious, and finally, whether there really are no absolutes in morality. Okay, so how far can situation ethics and Agape actually help with ethical decisions? Well, the benefits of situation ethics and using Agape are that it's flexible. The flexibility of a situationalist approach versus the inflexibility of a legalist approach does give you more options, and it shows the way through when you're faced with conflicting duties. Agape avoids personal bias and delivers good to all people. So it has got those benefits, and also it's not fully subjective or individualistic, because you can create a consensus on what is the most loving. However, it is generally more individualistic and subjective, and some of the drawbacks come from this. So, by avoiding absolute boundaries, you can permit the most horrific acts that you could possibly imagine, and this can't be moral, surely. It's vague in terms of how to apply it. It's up to the individual, and this therefore risks it being, the subjectivity taking over. Particularly in a high-pressure situation, where you may not have time to really think. And that makes it impractical. It's hard to plan for the situations. What happens if you panic? So where is the start and the end of a situation? The chains of consequence can go on for a very long time. So where do you say, okay, this is no longer a situation that you need to be ethically responsible for? And is there really any difference between Agape and utility? It seems very much like act utilitarianism. And on that basis, how far can we say this is a religious theory rather than just wishing the best for people? You could argue that yes, Jesus suggested that the whole of Jewish law could be boiled down to love God and love thy neighbour, that Jesus opposed legalism in favour of principles over rules, and also that love is the primary evidence of genuine religious faith, in John 13, I think. However, Fletcher is selective in the use of Jesus' words. You could also argue that Jesus condemns divorce and adultery outright and speaks clearly on the matter of hell. So Jesus also requests his disciples to follow his commandments, not just love. So there must be more needed than just love on that basis. So you could argue this is not explicitly Christian. As I said, very similar to act utilitarianism, and on that basis, maybe it's better to just go with act utilitarianism instead. So is this helpful or not? Well, it focuses on people over laws and gives moral responsibility to reason what is best, but the subjectivity removes the idea of human rights and the lack of judging expertise that some people may have could lead to poor decision making. At least natural law's got principles to follow. Hiya!